Vampires, zombies, werewolves. There have been many monsters that threaten to take away your humanity and curse you with their undeath. But in 1982, a new monster was introduced by John Carpenter's sci-fi horror film, The Thing. The Thing, which was inspired by the 1938 novella Who Goes There. John W. Campbell Jr. tells us about a nefarious extraterrestrial being that would assimilate and imitate other life forms, which terrorizes a group of researchers in Antarctica. What is the Thing? How can it infect us? Let's try to answer all those questions today. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. A brief history of The Thing on Earth. The 2011 movie, also named The Thing, tells us about how the Thing crash-landed onto Earth. Alien scientists were off on other planets exploring zoological aspects when they came across the Thing and captured it with their intentions to study it back home. On their way back, the Thing begins to attack and kills all the alien pilots, but crashes on Earth, where the cold climate freezes it. 100,000 years later, in 1982, the crew of the Norwegian Thule station discovers the corpse of one of the alien pilots, frozen in ice, and transports it back to the base. After the ice thaws a bit, the creature breaks free and escapes, immediately wreaking havoc on the station after assimilating Henrik Larsen, one of the researchers. Co-pilots Derek Jameson and Sam Carter decide to leave with Griggs and Olav, two of the researchers, in the only available helicopter to go fetch help, when it is revealed that the Thing had assimilated Griggs. The Thing kills Olav and causes the helicopter to crash. Kate Lloyd, the paleontologist in the crew, hypothesizes that the creature can imitate all organic matter and fails when it comes to inorganic matter. Nobody believes her except Juliet, a French biologist. As everyone leaves, Juliet lures Kate away from the crowd and attacks her, transforming into a terrible form. Though Kate escapes, the Thing kills Carl, but thanks to the quick thinking of Lars, is burnt by a flamethrower. Soon, Derek and Sam return, barely hanging on to life, but are met with the accusations of the crew who believe they are Things. When the accusations grow, Kate suggests looking into the mouths of everyone. If anyone had visible tooth fillings or metal caps, it would confirm their humanity, as Things could not be imitated by inorganic matter. Though this was a great test and might have worked, the Thing is smarter and, with the faces of two researchers, begins to attack everyone. A huge brawl breaks out, fueled by mistrust of others, and the only survivors are Lars and Kat. The Thing turns into Lars's dog and runs away with Lars in close pursuit. The explosions and gunshots in the station alert the nearby American Antarctic Research Center, U.S. Outpost 31. The dog runs into the research station as Lars follows, shooting at it. The station commander, MT Gary, shoots Lars to death, and the crew adopts the dog. Some of the researchers head back to the Norwegian station to explore and find everything charred and destroyed. Puzzled, they bring back a mysterious burnt corpse and perform an autopsy on it. Nothing much is found out through the autopsy. They find normal human organs. Meanwhile, the dog Thing begins to assimilate the station's sled dogs, forcing the pilot, RJ McCready, to shoot the stray. But when it does not affect the dog, he burns it to death. Dr. Blair conducts another autopsy and concludes that the creature can imitate other lifeforms perfectly. Events similar to the way things transpired at Thule Station happen once again, as the research crew lose trust and begin doubting everyone. This eventually leads to the camp being set ablaze, and McCready decides to share with the only other survivor, a mechanic named Childs, as they decide to face their inevitable doom. The 2002 video game of the same name reveals that Childs froze to death while McCready made it out with a rescue team. The biology and anatomy of the Thing. The Thing is a shape-shifting and hive-minded organism. Though the novella, from which it is based, says that the Thing's true form has 3 red eyes and blue hair, the movie does not specify its true form. Perhaps it is too complicated for the human mind to comprehend. It is immune to most kinds of attacks, and for it to be truly destroyed, every one of its cells must be attacked. So the best way to get rid of the Thing is by either using large amounts of molecular acid or by fire. The Thing hunts to either eat its prey or convert into its prey. When the prey is closer, The thing bursts open its current form, allowing weird and scary limbs to pull the prey closer. The thing also remembers the cellular data of organisms it victimized before, using previously assimilated organs like faces, eyes, claws, limbs of different organisms, and tentacles. The thing can rearrange its cellular structure to whatever form it wants to take. Humans need many things to sustain their bodies, like nutritious food, clean water, shelter, and we don't do well in extreme temperatures. But the thing does not play by these rules. It can survive many years without needing any sustenance, and can move into cryogenic stasis if it gets too cold. But its senses are still active while in this stage, as it can attack anyone nearing it, even without eyes, ears, nose, or any known sensory organs. The thing can function perfectly well, which means that the way it interacts with its surroundings is different from how we humans interact. How do you get assimilated? For you to get assimilated into the thing, you must first be close to it, close enough for it to infect you and analyze and copy your entire cellular structure. To accomplish this replication, the thing's infection will eat, digest, and then throw out a similar cell. Repeating this process to every cell in your body, the thing will be able to replicate you. The thing can only do this to organic matter, so any of your piercings, fillings, or implants do not get replicated. Only living beings are assimilated, though we don't know if the thing leaves out corpses because it would be hard to convince others that someone they knew had died was up and walking again. Or if it is because the assimilation process needs live and functional cells. Fans have also theorized that the infection of the thing depends on our bloodstream. When Copper, a physician in US Outpost 31, had both of his hands bitten off, he died immediately despite being infected by the thing. The only explanation for him not having survived the attack and being converted into the thing is that he was bleeding out too fast that the infection could not act, and once he was dead, the infection died with him. Even the blood test conducted after his death revealed that he had no signs of infection. It makes us wonder if it is possible to fight off infection if we let enough blood out of the infected area, like we do with snake bites. Once the infection completely takes over, you will cease to exist, and the thing will take over your body. Many fans have wondered if the person is even aware of the infection catching hold. We guess that the process of assimilation might be too painful to ignore, and there is no way you will not know as each of your cells is converted and your memories and organs taken hold of by an alien entity. There are also many confusions as to what a thingified creature is. So let us clear it up for you. If you see a dog thing, it is not a dog controlled by the thing, nor is it an infected dog, not part of the larger hive mind, but it is the thing in the form of a dog. The process of replication. Once the assimilation process is over, the thing begins to tap into the memories, mannerisms, and all the characteristics of the victim organism. The replication is eerily perfect, as the thing imitates even your physical defects. So if you have myopic eyes, an extra finger, or weak knees, the creature will copy that just like it did with the weak heart of Vance Norris, the geophysicist. Since the alien seems to work on a cellular level, mutilation or cutting off body parts doesn't work on it. If you cut off the limb of the thingified human, they will both become different and independent creatures who work without depending on each other. Kind of like Ash's hand from Evil Dead after it was possessed and cut off. You can even observe an example in the movie when the head of Norris tries to escape by growing legs. If things are peaceful when it converts, the thing usually takes on one form. But if the thing is threatened, injured, or under any kind of stress, it will add biomass to itself to increase its size and strength. It also does not believe in picking someone of your own size and won't hesitate to take on a bigger prey by making itself bigger. Once the prey is successfully killed and devoured, it makes a copy of it and moves on to find another. How smart is the thing? The thing is really intelligent and cunning, but despite its intellect, it has no plans of conquering and ruling over the entire world. All it wants to do is eat and assimilate, and only acts to preserve itself. If the thing feels outnumbered, it divides and conquers, and basically splits up into different forms to attack its enemies. You can see this in action when Edvard Wollner, a Norwegian geologist, was assimilated. The Edvard thing split up into 3 forms. One moved to a safe and secure location to assimilate and generate, the second one attacked a researcher, while the last part, the main body of the Edvard thing, killed Adam Finch and Derek. The creature's intelligence is directly proportional to its size. If it is small, it is likely a bit stupid, and the larger it is, the smarter it gets. The thing's hunting pattern also depends on its size, as it will choose to wait, hide, and catch its victims when they have their guard down, while it uses its brute strength if it is big, attacking the prey head-on. If it is extremely small, like its blood sample, it will defend itself violently, not bothering to hunt and concentrating only on self-preservation. There's no time for intellect, and everything depends on its instincts. A full-sized thing, though we don't know what it actually might be, would probably be the smartest thing in existence, as it has the combined knowledge and intellect of all its victims. This is why the Blair thing was capable of building a spaceship all on its own, as it had the intelligence of multiple researchers and people of science.
It's like they're transforming into imitating his cells.
Is there any science behind the thing? Although we don't know of any hive-minded aliens roaming around and spitting out doppelgangers of human beings, some organisms on Earth change the thinking and behavior of larger organisms they infect. One example of this is the Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, a fungus known as the zombie ant fungus. If you happen to be an unlucky ant in the tropical rainforest and get infected by this fungus, your behavior is the first to get affected. You will wander about, not following the trails left by your fellow ants, and leave the comfort of your nest for a forest floor. You will then find a huge, juicy leaf under which you will attach your mandible and wait for your eventual death as the fungus starts to spread its spores through your head. We don't know what's scarier, the thing or this zombie infection. Another smart parasite in our world is the Toxoplasma gondii, which usually affects cats, rats, and mice. In rats and mice, the parasite reduces fear of predators and unknown places, making them more susceptible to being hunted down by cats. That is because cats are the only hosts in which they can reproduce. So once a cat eats an infected rat, the parasite enters a cat's body and begins to multiply. This parasite can also affect humans, especially babies and those with weak immune systems, and increase risky actions in them. The parasite also increases the risk of humans to be affected by mental disorders. So make sure you don't handle cats if your immunity is weak, and get your cat checked for parasites regularly. Marvelous verdict. Learning about the anatomy, biology, and hunting skills of the thing has made us wonder what kind of planet it came from. Is there a planet out there full of different things? Or is the planet run by one thing with different forms? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. Before you leave, we have one request. Please do subscribe to Marvelous Video, as it is just a click for you, but abundant encouragement from us. We'll be back with yet another video, and until then, take care and stay away from the thing.